Welcome to Almost Here, Round the Corner Future Technology podcasts with Richard Jacobs. Future technologies poised to transform our lives for better or worse are the focus of this podcast. Almost here means these technologies are now here and starting to be used, or just around the corner, from Bitcoin to artificial intelligence, 3D printing, blockchain, virtual reality, and more.
Hello, this is Richard Jacobs with the Future Tech Podcast. My guest is Miss Romit Feingold-Polak, and she's doing PhD work on using robotics and rehabilitation for people that have had strokes. So how you doing, Ronit?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Good. And I know it's late over there. You know, I'm in the U.S., she's in Israel, so it's like midnight and all that, so I appreciate you being on late.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about what made you get into this field. What interests you in using robotics to help people that have had strokes, rehab stuff?
Well, I'm a physical therapist. Actually, I'm quite away from technology. I've been practicing since 2002. And when I was looking for a PhD project, I met Dr. Shali Levitzedek. She's from Ben Gurion University in the Negev. And we started talking about robotics, and she had all kinds of nice ideas. So I thought that could be really interesting, and as long as I go with the project, it gets more and more interesting. This is something I don't have experience in, so it was really a great project, and I really believe in this field for rehabilitation.
So what is the field called? Is it like robotic-assisted rehabilitation, or what would you call it?
Well, the project that I'm working on is humanoid robotic for rehabilitation. But yes, in general, you could call it robotics for rehabilitation or assistive robotic for rehabilitation.
So, all right, interesting. So, in your physical therapy work, do you deal with people that have had strokes a lot, and do you feel like a kinship with them? Is that why specifically you wanted to work on this?
Well, I work with all kinds of neurological conditions, but mainly stroke and traumatic brain injuries. And one of the problems that we are facing is that the therapy session is quite short. I mean, people after stroke, they usually go to rehabilitation after a week or so. When they are stable in the hospital, when their medical condition is stable, they go to rehabilitation. Usually, in my country, in Israel, it could be till 3 months of rehabilitation, and then they go to daycare. And actually, they have to do a lot of practice on their own, but they don't do that. We have only 45 minutes for a session, which is very short, and they need to practice a very long time. And then what we see is that they don't practice, is either because they are not motivated, or because the exercises are boring, or it's because quite frustrating to do all the time the same things.
Yeah.
And the incorporation of technology, and specifically robotics, is something that we can use in order to get them to practice more and to do more, and to do that in a more motivating way, like with the games and things like that are more motivating.
I understand. I mean, I've had I tore my ACL on my knee, and I had surgery on my neck, and to really do it right, you got to do months of physical therapy, and it hurts the whole time, and it's not fun. So unless you have someone there motivating you and pushing you and all that and helping you, it sucks. So no wonder why people don't want to do it,
Yeah, it's also, you have to go home, and you have all kind of exercises that you have to do. And as you said, it hurts, and sometimes it can be also boring because you have to do a lot of repetitions.
Yeah.
So we're trying to find things to make it more interesting and more fun, because when it's fun, you do it.
Oh, yeah. I've also noticed, too, with physical therapy, you'll do it and nothing will happen for a while, and it's super frustrating. And then all of a sudden, you think you'll never get better, and all of a sudden you get better a bit, and then, okay, great, and then you plateau for a while. So that, too, makes it, likely that people would give up or quit,
Yeah, and sometimes we are all humans. We need sometimes something external to make us motivated.
Right.
So, yeah.
So what's the system you're proposing? What does it look like?
Well, we are working with actually a shelf robot. It's Pepper Robot. Maybe you've heard about it. You can see that all over in Japan. Mm-hmm. It's a humanoid robot. It looks like a child of first grade child.
Yeah.
120 centimeters height, and it's very human-like in its face. It's very welcoming in its face. So we are working with Pepper Robot in order to motivate patients to do all kind of exercises for their upper extremity in all kind of games that we have developed for the upper extremity in order to make them do more exercises and work more with their upper extremity. And Pepper is a humanoid robot, and it gives them the motivation to do their exercises.
So does it tell them, oh, you're doing it wrong or any of that? Or it just says, come on, you lazy bastard, do 3 more of these? Is it just pure motivation, or does it have other stuff in it that would help them do it right?
No, it tells them if they did it well, or if they didn't do it well, or if they have to do it more faster. But it also motivates them, you have 1 more to do, things like that. So Both of them, yeah.
Does it have different styles of motivating? One could be, again, tough love, where it insults them, or it's come on, you lazy bastard, and somewhere it's really encouraging, and it's oh, you can do it, don't give up, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so we have all kind of sentences that we implemented in it. So part of them are in order to make them they succeed more, so it tells them, yeah, you did it great, keep on going. And if they don't do that well, or if they didn't succeed, then it tells them, okay, you didn't succeed this time, but never mind, keep on going, you will succeed next time.
Yeah. Okay, so there's just one personality, it's not multiple ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It could say, does it use artificial intelligence to figure out if they're doing something right, or how does it work?
Well, this is something that we are working on now in order to use artificial intelligence in it, but we are still working on it to develop it, to do that better. That will take a while in order to do that, because it's still not a closed system. It's still not an autonomous system, but we are working on it to be one.
Is it important that you have a robot that you can look at, or do you just need a disembodied voice, in a headset telling you, hey, go faster, or do more, or do 3 more, or that kind of stuff? How important is the physical part of it?
Well, actually, we did a work when we compared computer screen versus the embodiment of robots, and we compared older adults and young adults, and we wanted to see their preferences, and we saw that it does matter. The embodiment does make a difference. They do prefer the embodiment of the robot. They do prefer, they think the robot is funny. They like the human-like perception of the robot. So we do see that it makes a difference.
Okay, interesting. And so you said people have to practice a lot more than just a 45-minute session. So how much are they falling short of what they should be doing? And when they use the robot, how much better do they do?
Well, this is the $1 million question, because we know in motor control, we know that people do need to practice more. They need a lot of repetitions. If you are a professional musician or a professional athlete, then you practice a lot. You actually, whole day long, this is what you do, you practice. So we say that in rehabilitation, it's actually quite similar, because they need to regain movements that they lost. So they do need to practice a lot in order for the brain, and in order for the connections in the brain to develop and to get stronger. We don't know exactly how many repetitions, and in the other hand, we don't want them to get fatigue.
Right.
So they do need a lot of repetition, which we cannot get in the individual session with the clinician. So the robot, and actually other technologies as well, but I work specifically with the robots, do get us to get them practice more. But we do have to consider their fatigue, because when they are tired or when we see that their movement is not good anymore, so we don't want them to keep on going. We want them to rest.
Well, do you have any metrics? I know you won't know exactly, but ballpark. Let's say I have a stroke and I can't walk. Do you know how many hours of training do I need to be able to walk again? I know not exact, but there must be ranges, right?
Yeah, well, actually, there are not ranges, because in research you can see many ranges of time. We do believe that they need something like 300 repetitions for the arm movement. For balance, we know that they need at least 24 sessions. Like, you need 24 therapies in order to improve. Wow. So it really depends on what you want, what you need to improve. It's very specific.
I could see that the physical therapist, there's only so many of them. There's only so much room. If you got to get up and go in the car or the bus to the physical therapist and then come home. I mean, the robots would help with all these efficiencies. Like, one physical therapist could help 1,000 people with a robot instead of just a few. And, you won't need like a gigantic gym to help everybody. They could do a lot at home. So I could see how it would, again, make things a lot more efficient. You could help a lot more people,
Yeah, but, actually, we don't think that robots at the moment can replace the physical therapist or the clinician, and we don't aim them to do that, because the physical therapist is important. The empathy and the warmth and the clinician is important, the human being, but the robots can help us do the complementary things that we as clinicians cannot do, and this is what we are working on.
So would it be like a homework bot, essentially? You go for the session, and the robot just helps you with your quote-unquote homework, but you still go once a week to see the person?
Yeah, exactly. And also what we think about is about remote places that don't have maybe physical therapists close to their homes. So maybe they can use some robotic system that can help them. You have today all kind of things to help remote places with technology. And also, that the insurance companies, they limit the number of therapies that a person can get, but they do need to keep on practicing, actually go on practicing exactly like healthy people need to do practice, like to do sports. So we do believe that the robotic systems can help in two ways. They can help in the rehabilitation centers in order for the patients to practice more after the session with the therapist. They are there already. It can also help them if they come to a daycare or to the clinic to work while they are there, and it will be able to help them while they are at home. But this is still away from us, because robots are still quite expensive for everybody to have robots at home.
Right. Do you have any data yet on how much the robot helps? Like, let's say the average person, they do nothing at home and they come once a week for like 45 minutes. Does the robot on average get them to do twice as much, or 20% is more? Or?
Well, we still don't have this data in our research, because we are still working on it. We are still in the collecting of data, so we still don't have the data, but we will be happy to share it with you once we have it.
Yeah. What are the most important things that, besides encouragement, or in addition to encouragement, what is important that the robot knows in order to help you do your exercises properly? Like the speed or the number or the position of your body? I mean, what do you think these robots will be able to help advise on?
Yeah, so this is what we are working on. We want it to be able to detect the movement of the patient, and then to see that the movement that the patient is doing is the right movement that we want the patient to do. So this is exactly what we are working on.
Do you have an idea on what the most critical factors would be that you want the robot to be able to do? Or do you not know yet?
Well, we are still collecting the data, so we don't have that data yet, but I think that one of the most important things in robots in general is actually the clinician, because I think that one of the barriers that we still facing today are the clinicians, because they have difficulty sometimes with the implementation with technology. So it's very important when developing robotic system to listen to the clinicians and to hear what they have to say and what are their needs in developing such systems.
Well, you're a clinician. I mean, what do you think would be the most helpful from your perspective?
Yeah, so in my perspective, as I said before, is really the detection of the movements. This is something that we are working on. I want the robot to do with the patient the right exercises. I don't want the robot to make my patient exercise movements that are not good for him. So this is one of the most important things that we are working on at the moment.
Okay, I mean, any examples of, like if you had a robot, poof, helping you, what do you wish it would do? Like, what are the top 2 or 3 things you wish it would?
Well, I think that you should separate what I as a person would like a robot to do at home. I mean, and there are people that trying to work on robots, like to make their patient be able to dress and things like that, or a robot that is for practicing. And at the moment, we are working on robots that would be for practice. But there are robots that people are trying to make to help patients get dressed and things like that, because we are lack of helper people in the homes of the patients. We are lack of people in the hospitals to help the patients. So this is something that they are trying to develop today, robots that will be able to transfer the patients, to be able to help the patient get dressed, to be able maybe to make some light food for the patient. So this is one thing that would be great if we would be able to develop, but I think that it's still very far away, because there are robots that are able to do that at the moment, but again, they are very expensive. This is not something that is available to put at everybody's home.
Okay.
The other thing is for rehab and for practicing, then I think that we are getting there for robots that will be able to make our patients practice more and do more their exercises and get their movement better.
Okay, all right, gotcha. So what's your timetable? When do you think you'll have a functioning robot that's testing stuff out there?
Well, we are working now. I think it will take another year of work. We are working in parallel in several aspects in order to regain all those things that we were talking about. So I guess it will take us another year at least. But I would want to see such robots getting more in industrial. So I guess that would take a while to make that robots more industrial.
What do you mean industrial? Like,
more, yeah, because we are now in research. So at the end, in order to make robots be at people's homes, you will need to make those robots cheaper. And at the moment, the development of such systems is very expensive. But in order to lower the costs, then we do need the work with industry.
It always starts out that way, and then people find efficiencies and stuff gets cheaper. So it just takes time.
Yeah, exactly, like computers.
Yeah,
exactly.
All right, very good. Well, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you for collaboration or questions or that kind of stuff?
Well, we have our lab site. It's the Cognition, Aging and Rehabilitation Lab, the CAR lab in BGU. So they can find us there.
Okay. Any website or a email that people can have? Like, what's the best way to get in touch?
So this is our website. The CAR lab is our website of the lab. So we have all the contact information there in our lab site.
Okay, well, very good. Well, Ronit, thank you for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
You have been listening to Almost Here, Around the Corner Future Technology podcast with Richard Jacobs. Subscribe to this podcast, post a review to discover more future technologies that are poised to transform our lives for better or worse, such as Bitcoin, artificial intelligence, 3D printing, blockchain, virtual reality, and more.